Hey everyone, thanks for joining us for this session. We'll be chatting about training your newest employee, IT Autopilot. My name is Sergey. I'm the product manager for IT Autopilot.
Hi, and I'm Aviran, VP of Product Design here at Atera. So we've been working on IT Autopilot for almost 2 years now, and we spend a lot of time on tickets.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, nobody wakes up excited to read 100 tickets. By the way, if you do, we're hiring. What we're going to show you today is how Autopilot can adapt to your company, your workflows, and your quirks.
We're going to cover 6 different ways to customize the IT Autopilot to cover all edges of your organization.
So let's dive in. Here is the kind of thing we see all the time, a ticket that looks like this. So, Aviran, as a seasoned IT professional, how would you solve this?
Well, let me see here. So rebuild the GL and balance TB. I have no idea. It looked like my cat walked across the keyboard on this one.
Right. Totally incomprehensible if you're not inside the organization. And yet, check it out. Autopilot nailed it. It fully understood TB is trial balance and GL means general ledgers, and it had the full solution. So Autopilot explains how to adjust the general ledger with a crisp step-by-step list. But to be clear, Autopilot has no prior knowledge of the software and was not pre-trained on any of this information. Most companies have multiple niche or proprietary software that they use in their everyday flows. Frequently, even in the same company, different departments have their own processes and software. So this is something that out-of-the-box LLMs will have a hard time with and would probably send the user on a wild goose chase. But IT Autopilot is hooked into the organization's data and customizations, and that's why it can give a clear, correct response. So this is the promise. This is the magic trick we're going to unpack here today. You know, at Atera, we handle millions of tickets per month. We analyzed hundreds of thousands of them and found a very interesting piece of data. The majority, around 89%, require some sort of customization to be solved. What this means is these are tickets that refer to internal terminology. They require access to proprietary software. They depend on custom processes or scripts, or they require human approval, among other things. That means there is no one-size-fits-all solution. If you want Autopilot to take real work off your technicians' plates, you have to make it part of your organization. And that's what we're going to show you today through several scenarios.
Let's start with the simplest kind of customization, the knowledge base. Picture this. Your company moves into a new office. First morning, Ethan, an employee, shows up at the door. He stares at the new unfamiliar keypad and thinks, perfect, I can't even get in. He opens up his company messaging app, Teams, and asks Autopilot for help getting the right code. By the way, Autopilot already works with Microsoft Teams, Slack, email, and our customizable help desk portal. And coming soon, a connection to WhatsApp as well. You can configure it to whatever feels comfortable to your users, or even all of those together. So Autopilot asks, what the right building and floor? The user answers, and Autopilot gives the right code, door unlocked, you can now get in. So that's great, Ethan is in. Can he work now?
Wait, no, because new office means new Wi-Fi password.
Exactly. So he asked about the Wi-Fi. Autopilot remembers the context. It knows which floor he's on, so it just answers. No extra back and forth. So 3 minutes later, Ethan is back to work inside and online. Ethan IT team created these articles in advance, preparing for this office move. KB are easy to create, easy to update, and Autopilot react to the change almost immediately. So you can be prepared for every scenario, and Autopilot will react on the fly wherever needed.
Yeah, we know that writing KB articles is a chore, like homework that never ends. We also know that users usually don't read them, and we also know that issues tend to repeat themselves. So, put all of that together, this is why we developed Actionable Insights, accessible within the AI Center. This feature provides a list of suggestions by analyzing your tickets to identify common issues that can be resolved with KB articles. We even write the KB article for you. Once you approve and add these articles to your knowledge base, Autopilot will leverage this information to provide answers, effectively eliminating the need for you to ever address these specific tickets again.
That's the power of connecting Autopilot to a simple KB article. Instant answers customized to your environment.
Well, that's great, but now let's try something a little bit more complex. Anna, a regional manager, gets an email from HQ. Hey Anna, the new training materials here. Check your M drive. So, before we dive in, a couple of important details to know. Anna just recently got a new computer, and the company just switched training material providers. So, Anna takes a look at her desktop, my computer, everywhere, but there is no M drive. First thing she does is go to Autopilot and start typing, I can't find my M drive. Autopilot runs some diagnostics, sees that the M drive is actually not mapped, she's not imagining things, then looks for a solution, and it finds one, a custom action to map the M drive. Anna's IT team has created this custom actions since mapping the M drive is a common issue in their company. This is created in our scripts page. You can write a script on your own, or you can use the script generator to create any script you'd like. Note that it also fills out the description field. This is important for Autopilot, because this is how it understands when to invoke this action. Here, it's mentioned that it's a mapping of the M drive, and this is how Autopilot was able to pick it up based on the ticket context. So remember the AI Center and Actionable Insights we just mentioned before? Similar to how it can suggest KB articles, it can also suggest custom scripts. So every time a technician performs a remote session using Splashtop, we summarize their actions and analyze that summary with AI. When we see repeating actions over several sessions, we offer a script that will do the exact same thing. And as before, after you approve it, IT Autopilot will be able to run that script in response to user issues where applicable. So let's get back to Anna. She clicks the suggested action, and Autopilot gets to work and maps the M drive. And we can see now the drive is mapped. There it is.
That is so cool. It would have taken me ages to get the IT guy to help me with that.
Yeah, so even though it wouldn't take a technician too long to handle the drive mapping, imagine just the SLA of getting someone on the line, right? So each company is different, but let's be honest, it's not going to be zero. But here's where it becomes a real value multiplier. Anna opens the drive and finds training materials 2025.epub. She's never seen this file type before. She double clicks and Windows just shrugs. Never heard of it. Anna immediately screenshots the error and sends it to Autopilot. Notice that AI immediately understands these screenshots very well. We actually encourage users to send screenshots instead of trying to explain the issue where possible. It always works better.
Yeah, so an image is actually worth like 1,000 words, right?
Well, it prevents 1,000 misunderstandings, that's for sure. So we can also see from the way Autopilot answers is that it knows that the company switched training material providers and file formats from PDF to EPUB. It knows this because the IT team has created a custom definition in the custom instructions page, like you see here.
Wait, but how is this different from a KB article?
Great question. So think of KB articles as information you want to expose to your end users verbatim. Custom instructions, on the other hand, is your internal training to your IT team. Think of this as training you give your new employee on their first day, their first week, their first month, just everything you want Autopilot to know so it can be an effective part of the team. There are several ways to add custom instructions. We'll cover more a little bit later. So, back to Anna's ticket. After understanding the issue, Autopilot offers a fix. It can install the required software to open EPUB files, Sumatra PDF. Note that Autopilot will only offer to install software that was pre-approved by the IT team. This is the self-serve software list. In this case, the team added Sumatra PDF to the software whitelist. You can do this with any software in any of our public repos like Chocolatey or Winget, and it can also work with your private repos that you manage through Atera. So, Anna agrees to install the software, and Autopilot starts the installation. After a couple of minutes, Anna is notified that the software is ready. She clicks the file and can finally access the training materials she was sent from HQ. In one flow, Autopilot combined custom actions, custom definitions, and self-serve software installation. This is more than just triaging or routing a ticket, it's resolving it end-to-end. Now just imagine if she had to open another ticket for the EPUB file, wait for a technician to install Sumatra PDF for her, it would eat up half of her day. Here, IT Autopilot handled everything end-to-end in under 10 minutes.
Not every ticket can be solved on the spot, right? Sometimes you'll need a human approval. So let's see the last piece of the puzzle, playbooks and integration, our biggest upcoming features. Imagine your company just rolled out a shiny internal invoicing system, Invoice Now. An employee, John, is asked by his manager to review an invoice. So he discovered he can't access it because of a permission issue. So he screenshot that and drops it in Autopilot, asking for Autopilot for help. And Autopilot knows exactly how to handle this case and start the approval steps with John's manager. And John waits for the green light.
Wait, so to make this work, John's IT team would set this up similar to the custom definition we just saw earlier.
Exactly right. Let's see how the IT team set this up with Playbook. Here we see how the IT team sees this. We see the trigger here, detection of Invoice Now permission issue, then a step to get approval from the manager, and it will wait for the response. When they approve the email, an action changes the access and adds the employee in. John's manager, Vanessa, received an email notification asking for the approval. It can be also received via Slack or any other way, and she approves. Autopilot immediately notifies John about the manager's approval and grant access to the invoice.
So hold on. Invoice Now is a third-party app, right? You said it grants access, but how does Autopilot connect to it?
Yes, let's see our new upcoming integrations page. This is where we give the Autopilot the ability to integrate with your organization's tools. It comes out with popular integration presets like Azure, Google Workspace, Okta, and more, but you will always be able to set your own integration like Invoice Now. You can hook into anything that has an MPI or MCP server. It's pretty simple. You provide your authorization credentials and choose which actions are available to IT Autopilot. Most logical operations require several API calls. For example, to grant access on that invoice, we need to fetch the user object, John, a permission object, and finally apply the permission. So all of this is prepared in advance and handled independently by IT Autopilot. So in this session, Autopilot actually calls Invoice Now API and updates the permission. And let's go back to John, and he tries now, and it works. The invoice opens up. As you can see, this is nothing like a regular chat. It's not just a device access via our smart agents. It's a real cloud system change powered by playbooks and integrations. So let's recap. We've seen 6 ways to customize Autopilot. We have knowledge base, which helps Ethan get the door code and the Wi-Fi password.
And we had custom actions, which helped Anna map the M drive. We also had custom definitions, which allowed Autopilot to understand what is the right software for the EPUB file, and self-service software, which helped Anna install Sumatra PDF.
Yep, and we have playbooks helping John set up the process of getting the permissions for an invoice in Invoice Now, and integrations that allows Autopilot to execute actions in third-party software like Invoice Now. So each one adds power. Stack them up, and you get an AI that doesn't just answer tickets, it fixes issues and get the job done.
And this is just the start. More playbooks, more integrations, more tools are on the way. Autopilot is becoming your always-on Tier 1 IT technician. Important to note, your data is 100% secure and your own. We don't share your data or train on it. You have full control of what your Autopilot knows about your organization, and you can remove it at any time.
And practically speaking, you don't need to figure this out on your own. Our onboarding specialist and professional services team will walk you through it, mapping drive, connecting integrations, the whole setup.
The vision is simple. Every company has its quirks. Autopilot adapts. The more you customize, the more it feels like part of your team. This is the future of IT. It's autonomous, yet personal.
Well, thank you all for joining us today.
And may your tickets be resolved quickly, smoothly, and best of all, autonomously.